What is going on, gang? I'm currently moving, so unfortunately there's no video, but regardless, the show must go on. Welcome back to our top stocks to watch for the first week of August. Very, very exciting, and because it is the first week of the month, we know that we have our NFP employment change numbers on Friday at 8:30 a.m. Besides for that, Monday we start the week off with some ISM manufacturing PMI at 10. Tuesday, 10 a.m. as well, we have our JOLTS jobs openings. Wednesday, 10 a.m. as well, we have ISM service PMI. Nothing on Thursday. Friday, we have our average hourly earnings, NFP, and unemployment rate, at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as you can see on screen right now, is your earnings in the S&P 500 for this upcoming week as well. Taking us over for our technical analysis, we've been keeping an eye on the 400 to 401 level. So obviously we broke through those levels quite aggressively in this last week towards the end of the week, right around here, and we've come up through our resistance at 406 all the way up to our very significant resistance at 417. We are very, very close to that. There will undoubtedly be resistance in this area where we once encountered some consolidation on SPY. That being said, this price action is incredibly bullish, and I think the chances of us having started a bullish impulse wave are higher right now. Not necessarily that it is the primary count, but the odds of it being the case are much higher than prior, especially after last week. So now we will still keep up our thesis of this zigzag correction we've been talking to you guys about, and keeping in mind a next push lower, but we do have a lot of resistance here, and if we take out this 417 high, then our biases will switch entirely to bullish, at least in the short term, as we continue to move higher, because that would invalidate our bearish thesis. That would show us that we are actually in a 5-wave move higher, and we most likely have a lot more room to go. So we will keep an eye on that. Moving on to Apple. Apple is coming off of some resistance at our high here that we've held for multiple months, actually multiple year support line now acting as resistance, as well as this horizontal level that we have here at 164. We are currently encountering some resistance at those levels, so it would make sense for us to move lower. If we get above these levels, obviously we're going to invalidate these levels and continue to move higher alongside SPY. Right now, the ideology is definitely bearish. We're going to keep that bearish framework while we go into the early parts of this week. As you can see, I am filming this Monday pre-market, and we are currently down. So should we reject off of this level, I'm definitely bearish on Apple. I think this is a spectacular setup. It would have to be a swing trade just because it is on the 4-hour chart, so we'd have to keep that in mind. But it is a great risk-to-reward setup, providing asymmetric risk, and I think that has a relatively higher probability of working out once we get that confirmation, which we could see as early as this morning. QQQ going to a higher time frame as well, took out some prior highs, took out our very significant high at 314. We are above that level now, so it is more bullish than SPY, but when you zoom out, you see not all that much more bullish because we are retesting prior support now acting as resistance, just like on Apple, and it would make a lot of sense for us to come down from here. Again, same thing as Apple. We're going to look for confirmation. If we break above, then we will break above, and we'll continue looking at the bullish idea, but right now, definitely seems that we could bounce. Definitely seems that the bearish ideology could play out. Again, we are at a make or break situation for SPY, Apple, and QQQ, so either we reject and we move lower, or we break above, we invalidate our bearish thesis, and we continue to move higher. Tesla coming up to some very strong resistance after we broke out of this multi-month consolidation on earnings. We broke above, retested it, and ran. Now we're breaking through some prior resistance here. Our next resistance level on Tesla is 954, maybe all the way up at 988, around this level. We do have our split announcement day coming up on the 4th, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. It makes sense that we're running into that. Maybe we continue to run right after that, but usually when it comes to splits, we run up to the split and then kind of dump once the split happens. So we're keeping an eye bullish on Tesla for sure. Exxon moving higher, Chevron moving higher. I hope you guys were able to capitalize on those plays. We were talking about this a lot. We did break out of our head and shoulders on oil and then quickly had a pop up that you were able to make some nice profits on. And oil stocks are continuing to do well, energy stocks. But now we are obviously starting to move a little bit lower on oil. We are coming back to our significant support at $93. We'll once again see, do we break or do we bounce? I think that we break this time. The more often that we test a support or resistance level, the more likely it is to be broken. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I do think we most likely break, but of course we have to wait and see. NEO looks exceptional for a long opportunity right now. On the 4-hour chart, we are in this wedge coming off the bottom. We are coming through a consolidation level on the 1-hour chart. To me, this looks awesome. I'm going to keep a very close eye on NEO moving into the rest of the week. NVIDIA is at a little bit of a double top here, as you can see when we zoom out. But we did kind of break through on Friday near the end of the day. So we're hovering around that level right now. I think we have a chance to bounce and continue moving higher. We are at some resistance levels, so keep an eye out on 184 for NVIDIA. If we get above 184, definitely bullish. Awesome, guys. That was all from me. I hope you guys can take this information moving into next week and use it to your benefit. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it at OBR Investing. And as always, I will see you in the next